Hi everyone, this is Brian Hayes and welcome to a brief introduction to playing in harmony on the ukulele. Today I've got my tenor ukulele with me and it's tuned to the standard tuning of A, E, C and G. And you'll notice that the G is the low G, not the octave G that you might find on the standard concert ukulele tuning. Now in music theory, if we play two identical notes, two notes of the same pitch in the same octave, we're said to be playing in unison. If we play two notes of a different pitch at the same time, we're said to be playing in harmony. Now, if we play three or more notes at the same time, well, that's the definition of a chord. Today we're going to focus on playing in harmony. I'm going to give you a couple of simple exercises where you can start to get the idea of moving beyond just playing single note melodies or strumming chords. We're going to talk about playing two notes at the same time but of a different pitch. The easiest way to get your mind around this is to start with a major scale. Now we'll use our first string as the example. That's the A string. In music theory, A major has three sharps in it, F sharp, C sharp and G sharp. So we need to find those notes as we go up the ukulele fretboard. So we'll start with an A, the second fret is B, the fourth fret is C sharp, the fifth fret is D, seventh fret is E, ninth fret is F sharp, 11th fret is G sharp, 12th fret is A an octave higher than how we started. So I'll just go through those important fret numbers for you again, because on any of the strings of a ukulele, and in fact on any of the strings of any stringed instrument, violin, cello, viola, banjo, guitar, those same fret numbers will give you a major scale on any stringed instrument. So they're important fret numbers to get your mind around, to memorize and to put into practice. So I'll go through them again. So open, second fret, fourth fret, fifth fret, seventh fret, ninth fret, 11th fret, 12th fret. On the first string, that's an A major scale. On the second string, which is E, it'd be an E major scale. E, F sharp, G sharp, A, B, C sharp, D sharp, E, and so on the remaining strings. Now, if we simultaneously play the first and second strings at the same time, so we strike the two strings instead of just one, and we walk up the first string through those fret numbers of a major scale, we actually get to hear an A major scale played in harmony. Let me play it for you and you'll hear it's quite different from just the single string version of the major scale. Very simple harmony. It's expanding harmony. It's two-part harmony, but in essence we've got a harmony note, in this case E, as a drone note whilst the scale progresses ascending through the notes. Now, that type of playing you'll hear in traditional music and folk music on all sorts of instruments like mandolins and ukuleles. You know, and little making up songs. Little tunes, just experimenting, and you can do that. Just experiment with little tunes and the scale while sustaining the second string, which is the E string, and playing your melodies on the first string, which is the A string. Now that applies on other strings on the ukulele. The harmony, you've got to choose a good combination, otherwise the harmony might sound quite odd. But if we take, for example, the third string of the ukulele, which is C, and the fourth string, which is G, we can do exactly the same thing and play a C major scale, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, but sustain the low G as a drone note throughout. So in other words, every time you hit the C string and play your scale, also hit the fourth string. So you'll have this constant bass note G as your harmony note, and it'll sound just like the other, only down lower. And again, make little tunes up. Very easy to play in harmony once you get the concept of what you're trying to do. And then you can use your own creativity and your ear to pick the best notes to play in harmony. I'm just going to finish this session off by looking at playing a melody, a simple melody like Mary Had a Little Lamb, 3 notes. Only 3 notes. Now, in ukulele tuning, in that position, I ended on the note F, I started on the note A, and the other note was G. So there's only 3 notes, A, G, and F. We're actually playing Mary Had a Little Lamb in the key of F concert, if we play those notes. Now, there's many ways we can play harmony on that simple 3-note melody. One way would be to do what we've done just a minute ago and sustain the first and second strings every time we play a note. This time, we're reversing the harmony note to be the highest note, not the lowest note. So to do that, if we're going to play that on just the first and second strings, what we'll do, instead of playing open A, we'll fret A on the second string. Now, our first note will therefore be in unison, but if we keep striking those 2 strings and go like this, the second and third notes of the melody are in 2-part harmony. The harmony is on top of the melody this time, not below it. So let's have a listen to that. Now, if someone's strumming chords along in the background while you're doing that, you'll find that's a very effective, very simple harmony for that melody. Let's try and play that melody using 2 different strings, and this time where the harmony shifts below the melody. So if we played the same melody on the second string throughout, A, G, and F, but up on the 4th string, which is the G string, we played C, B flat, and A to match those notes. So what I'm doing there is the 5th fret of the 4th string, which that's a G note, so that's got to be a C, C, 3rd fret's B flat, 2nd fret's A. Now if we, in this case, actually, because the strings are not side by side, we can't just strum them this time. We'll either have a dudded out string in between, or it'll be difficult to just strum and hit the 4th and the 2nd string. So this time we'll actually pluck those strings like this. We'll go, get the idea? Look at the fingering, and note the harmony is below the melody, and it's not constant this time. It's changing. The harmony is changing with the melody, so it's not a drone harmony. Now you can also, in that case, I rolled my finger up and did not use the pick. I sometimes like to use the pick there and just use my middle finger. So in this case, the pick is the harmony note. It's just a little bit more definition to that lower string. Play that however you want to. Now finally, if we wanted to play in more than 2-note harmony, that melody, we could actually play the same finger positions we just used when we plucked the strings, but this time we can strum all 4 strings. Okay, and you can sort of see how it wouldn't take too much effort to make that into, a more expansive solo performance. Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed that brief discussion on what it means to play in harmony and how you can start developing some of the fundamental skills quite easily on your ukulele. Bye for now.